My name is Sean.
Well, hello there. This is ShanWow coming to you from the Houston Sports Podcast. Let's get it in. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Oh my gosh. So the reason there's 19.2 is...
explain the reason why. Explain the reason why.
So,
Please explain.
We actually had an episode 19. My episode 19, I actually did not save, and it actually, while I was editing it, it actually deleted.
He has too much porn on his computer.
I do not.
He has a lot of porn. Who saves porn these days?
Adult.
So it deleted, and we lost all the content that we recorded
Wow.
this episode. So it's been 2 weeks since our last episode. So we,
So
we're just trying to catch up.
apologize to the fans.
Yes, apologize to everybody that was wondering.
For
why we had-
the
Sorry
3
about that,
fans we
guys.
have out there. Yeah.
It's 6. Okay, it's 6.
6.
fans.
Okay, whatever.
So without further ado, we got a good episode for you today. Got 2 weeks worth, 1.5 weeks worth. We got some NBA news, a little bit of Rockets news, some Texans news. We had preseason game 1. Just some analysis.
Good job,
about that.
Texans. Yeah.
We won.
Yeah, that was a good.
Some NFL stuff, some NFL preseason week 1 news around the NFL, and some injury stuff, some crazy injuries. Preseason always has some crazy injuries. We got some kind of crazy Astros news going on. Then we'll update y'all on the standings in the MLB, and then we have UFC 227 results that we'll touch on, and then just some other stuff going on around the world. And without further ado, let's get into it. First, we're going to touch on the whole NBA merging with the MGM. So betting is now up. It's now legal, and MGM is paired with the NBA. So betting is now back, which is a touchy subject because I know y'all both remember when betting was happening during the 2000s when Sacramento and the Lakers were in that Western Conference Finals, and that referee actually got arrested because he was, being bribed under the table. And then there's
It's gonna happen again.
yeah,
man.
and then there's stuff with the mob.
Maybe
and
with him, it was just the fact that he got caught.
yeah, maybe
He didn't pay. He didn't do something right, so they just threw him under the bus.
Maybe, and you see every questionable call is going to be even more scrutinized now that betting is like legal. Now, every single, because it's already questioned now. Like every time a call doesn't go a certain team's way, what's the first thing everybody says?
Oh,
Rigged,
cheated.
He's
rigged,
bought.
He's bought. So
And
now
and
it's-
like some of those games, like come on, like
it seems that
it
way.
seems
now,
very
now it just gives people more ammo to say that stuff because it seems even more possible now, right? So that I feel like they're just opening a huge can of worms. There's so many factors that go into it. There's mob ties. There's people, so many people that want their hand in that game. So I don't know how the NBA is going to deal with it. I understand that it's a good business venture, but
Did you see any feedback on that green light that they were trying out on Summer League? That challenge light.
yeah.
I didn't see any follow up on that. I know they were gonna still try to implement it, but I didn't see any real analysis on that. But I'll look.
I mean, it could really help because if they're going to use it in the last 2 minutes when it's really crucial.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should be able to.
Yeah, I can see that helping a lot, especially for a lot of those questionable calls.
Because man, like it sucks to see like a close game 6 of some type of finals,
fall to some kind
and
of
then you come
questionable-
back and you see it, and it's like, oh yeah, my bad, we didn't catch that,
Yeah, and I hate.
and that's
those-
all we hear. It's
I
like
hate
my
those-
bad.
I hate those last 2-minute reports when the referees are like, "Oh, we got to make that call." Well, no shit.
You gotta
can't
make it
do
when
anything
we're-
about it now. So we'll see how this whole betting thing goes, man. I honestly hope for the best because I don't see it lasting long, to be completely honest. Because it's just too many negative factors that come along with it. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on. Remember this Robert Williams kid, the Celtics pick that was like late all the time and lost his wallet like twice in like 2 days.
That boy's something special.
Yeah. So they actually reported that he said that he got a place right next to the Celtics' new practice facility. He said, quote, "It's a 2-minute walk," said Williams, who laughed and added, "He can't be late even if he tried." So he got a place right
they can
next
literally
to
go to his apartment and be like,
You
"Hey,
could
bro."
literally go yank him out of bed, and that's literally what he needs because this kid, like, his accountability has been proven to be like absolutely zero. So That's definitely what he needs right now.
I mean, good thing about Boston is that they technically didn't really need anybody to be added to the team because the team's pretty solid right now.
Yeah, but you're an
You got
adult,
Kyrie
man.
coming
You
back.
shouldn't need a handler like that, you know? And the fact that...
He's how old is he? Like 19?
Yeah, 19.
He's not an adult.
He's a kid, man.
He's not an adult.
Well, 18 and you're an adult.
Oh, I'm sorry. By law?
Did you need a handler when you were 19?
No, but I was smarter than him.
Yeah, it's true, but still.
I'm saying he's acting like a child, so he is a child.
Nah.
I think he was. You know what it is though,
What?
Because I see it a lot. Either you're a mama's boy, or you're not. So maybe he was a mama's boy. Maybe he. Let's say if I go look at him, maybe who knows? He's probably an only child.
Yeah.
Got everything catered for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So since he was so used to that, he was used to mom. Oh, mom, how come you didn't wake me up to go to practice?
Maybe.
What?
I don't know. We'll see. Well, hopefully this is a good
He's chilling
setup for
these
him.
days, man. He's chilling these days.
Insubordinate and churlish.
Speaking about some chillish things, we got some audio from your boy IT Isaiah Thomas. He had some pretty crazy things to say.
Tell him to him.
So
It on something? Was he on the Henny?
Nah, a little too real. Was he a little too real when he said that? I mean, there's some things you don't say, and he went on Instagram live in front of his. Who was watching? It said there was.
Gotta spit them facts, bro.
It said there was 919 people watching at that very moment
That he said that?
that he sent that, and he called Cleveland a shithole, and he said he knows why he knows why LeBron left twice.
Is Cleveland somewhere that people just go to vacation?
I mean, I know. I mean, he's not lying, but you know, there's that saying: "You're not wrong. You're just an asshole." You know, this is a prime case of that.
That's a saying?
It's just it's from a movie.
Oh, I guess. What else?
It's a movie quote, but still, that's a prime example of that. You're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
I mean, IT is an asshole.
Yeah, but still, I mean, then of course he did the whole PC thing, and he came out the quote. He said, "Quote: I apologize for my choice of words about Cleveland. I was on my live playing around. They don't show you everything for a reason, SMH. Right after that, I clarified what I said. All love to everybody who had love for me in Cleveland." Man, that's like the most half apology.
So was he talking about the people? He's trying to say he wasn't talking about the people themselves, the fans?
Yeah, I think he was just... No, I'm sure he was talking about the fans, but, I mean...
I think he's just talking about Cleveland in general.
Yeah, but, this is the most, like, half-assed, like, apology that you could come out with.
He doesn't care, man.
Yeah,
he's
he
not
don't
with
care.
them.
He's out.
Oh, he's going to get...
I mean...
We're going to have to see when Denver plays Cleveland.
Uh-huh.
He's going to be booed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, speaking of half-ass apologies, let's talk about...
Ooh, get him.
Get him.
Get him.
Let's go talk about Kawhi, man.
Ooh, do you want me to read it? Do you want me to read the letter to you?
No. I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
go
I
ahead,
got
go
it.
ahead.
So Kawhi, on August 9th.
Get him.
Get him.
Okay. He submitted a letter to San Antonio saying thank you. Okay. So he thanked the Spurs organization, his former teammates, Coach Greg Popovich, and his team's fans. Now I'm just going to read this little paragraph and I'll be done with it. I'm sorry.
Collect yourself.
I have been going back and forth the last few weeks trying to figure out the right things to say.
Nah, you got to do it.
And it comes down to two simple words. Thank you. Leonard wrote. Now, there's a reason why I read it that way.
Why you sound like Cartman from South Park?
Well, because Cartman's a bitch, too.
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
thank you.
And honestly, that's what I think of Kawhi Leonard. Like, bro, it was already done. It was already done. And then you just want to throw salt in the room as your bitch has been ducking and dodging the Spurs for a whole season. Oh, I'm sorry. Most of the season, except those 9 games.
9 games.
My bad.
This is true. Give him his 9. Give him his 9.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll give him his 9, whatever. He played, I guess.
That's nothing.
And then, you just want to throw salt in the room talking about, oh, I apologize. Oh, no, I'm thank you. Thank you. Oh, now you want to show gratitude. You want to show them gratitude when the whole season you could have came back? You want to show them that, huh? Like, I was in class when I read this, bro. I was in class when I read this.
Tell them how you feel.
And I almost yelled.
In class.
In the middle of class, while the teacher was lecturing. I'm like, this motherfucker is something serious, bro.
He's something serious.
He's something serious, dog. He's ridiculous.
Yes.
Right, and I wish he really didn't say anything. I wish he just leave it alone.
Yeah, and the
You know what I'm
timing
saying?
was so bad. It
was so bad.
late.
And it's like I thought the whole time he was being sarcastic because
That'd be
Spurs
the worst.
did not send him to L.A. Of course,
Yeah.
they sent him to Toronto.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck wants to go to Toronto? I mean, there's some people that want to go to Toronto. I ain't trying to knock Toronto and shit, but it's just
true.
that's completely the opposite of where he wanted to go.
This is true.
So now he up there in the cold and shit. But hey, whatever, you know. And yes, I was mad. Like I was mad that day, but it was my birthday, so I was like, I'm just gonna chill out. You know what I'm saying?
You mad
Yeah,
on your
I'm
birthday?
gonna chill out.
You
You know,
mad on your birthday?
like that was one of the worst things I ever had on my birthday. I like made like top 3.
Kawhi said sorry to you on your birthday.
First of all, he didn't mean it. First of all, if you really meant something, you would have took me out to dinner or something, bro. Like no homo, but still, like you would took me out. You know what I'm saying? Gave me a couple beers, gave me a couple drinks or something. Gave me some good food. You know, like the Spencer, because I know you got the money. You know what I'm saying? I want some Kobe beef. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? He could have fed me that, and then sat me down and just hey.
Fine dining.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I apologize. And then, but he's smart because he would take me to a public place because he knew I would have made a scene if it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, yeah,
What is happening right now?
but look,
I feel like
anyway.
He's like detailing his date with like Kawhi.
Shut up.
right
Stop.
now.
It's not a
hypothetical
date.
date.
It's not
This is a
a date.
hypothetical date.
It's just me and him. We hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Like bros. You know.
There's gonna be candles, some rose petals.
Wow. See. Now you made it into something else that wasn't supposed to be. Okay?
And then the waiter comes in. It's like, champagne for you, and he's like, champagne's for
And
celebrating.
then shut ass onto it. Okay.
I'll take a whiskey.
You know what? I'm really trying to be calm right now. I'm being real patient right now. I'm being real patient right now.
Go.
Okay. But no, like that's my spell on it. Fuck Kawhi. He's dead to me.
He's dead to me.
He's dead to me.
He's deceased.
He's dead to me.
He's
Deceased.
Yeah, there's
Somebody check me out.
it said every time he wrote thank you in
I like the one in the pink.
every time he wrote thank you in that letter, it was capitalized, right?
I know.
They said you should
Made me so
they
mad, bro.
said you should just replace thank with a certain other 4-letter word that starts with F and ends with K,
Bro, just say it.
and it would all blend together. He said, "Fuck you, Greg Popovich, for everything you've done for
Yeah.
me."
What's with that?
No, you should replace thank you with fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of saying thank you.
I mean,
say it's
he
okay
had
for
to do a politically correct
Yeah,
statement.
but just it's just figurative.
But the timing of it was so bad, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, he should have said that earlier.
yeah, it was just so bad. It was
Or he
all
should have. What made everybody more mad about him? Like, okay, I get you wanted to leave,
Yeah.
but do it the right way. Like the fact that he left everybody in just blank,
Yeah, he
and like a bitch,
yeah. There's-
just
he handled-
not wanting to play.
Yeah. He
Oh, I wanna
handled
go to
the whole-
LA.
He handled the whole situation in the worst way.
And
possible.
didn't trust the Spurs organization like on their opinion of his freaking on his injury.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? And then
They
when
got some backlash for the fact that they didn't find Green's injury. Would he have a groin injury the whole time?
Who?
Fucking Green.
Draymond?
No, not
his-
Draymond.
I mean, not Draymond.
That Danny Green.
Danny Green from the
His was
Spurs.
a groin injury.
Yeah, but supposedly the Spurs didn't catch that.
Yeah.
The-
Something like that. Yeah.
So they were like, so this is kind of like, how does that fall on?
A recurring theme. Yeah.
That makes him look bad.
But then again,
Still, you know
they
what-
traded both of them, so
Yeah, that's true. You know what the like root of all this was? Kawhi just didn't speak for himself.
Yeah, his uncle did.
Yeah, he just didn't speak for himself. So that just speaks to his character in all of this. And nothing else matters. The only thing that you can take away from this is that Kawhi just doesn't speak for himself.
doesn't speak for himself. Doesn't think for himself.
Nope.
There you go.
Nope. So
Trash.
yeah. Shamir, you
Fucking
okay?
garbage.
You okay?
No, he's fucking garbage.
You gonna be okay?
Let me go ahead and go to the next topic.
Okay, all right.
Fuck! Oh, go ahead.
So moving on, we've got some quotes from Trae Young, rookie from Atlanta, talking about learning from newcomer Jeremy Lin. He says, "quote He's been through the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
What's as high as of high?
He's seen it all. So I'm
New York,
looking
probably.
forward. I'm looking
I thought it
forward.
was LA.
I'm looking forward to picking his brain. So I'm guessing highest of high is Lin's.
Dude, what is this? Jeremy Lin's like 12th team?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
I'm guessing highest of high is Linsanity, and lowest of low is when he
Was in Brooklyn with
when
the
he
injury?
hurt his knee in Brooklyn in like the first preseason game or something,
Yeah.
or first season game.
He did pretty solid when he was in Houston, but Linsanity started off in New York, right?
Yeah,
The whole thing. Yeah, he was doing pretty good in New York. But New York has been very relevant for a
Yeah.
minute, and they're still going to be irrelevant because nothing on that team is going to really be.
Yeah. I mean,
They're not even making the Eastern
this
playoffs.
is true. Yeah, I mean, they're in full rebuild mode. Atlanta is.
Man,
I mean,
But they
How
always been
long
in
have they
rebuild
been in
mode.
rebuild
yeah,
mode?
that's,
Like, haven't they been in rebuild mode since Patrick Ewing left?
this is true.
Like,
That shit was in 90 what?
Yeah, it's true.
seriously.
See, Jeremy Lin is a superstar, but what I will credit him for is being serviceable. He will give you points. He's not a scrub. I won't call him. I'll never call Jeremy Lin
Oh,
a
no.
scrub.
Oh, he ain't started no more.
Like, no, because I actually still think he's pretty good.
Yeah,
Like,
he
straight up, I
can
think
be
it's
a
pretty
solid
good.
role player, but he can't be a starter no more.
Yeah. He could
Maybe
be-
for that Knicks team he can, but
Well,
No, he could
for
be a
certain
I
teams,
mean that's the
he
Knicks.
could.
I'm sorry
Like,
for
the Hawks.
the Hawks. Sorry.
I mean, like, yeah, for certain teams, he could definitely a good six man.
Yeah,
Definitely a good six
I can
man.
see that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, he had the opportunity and he didn't.
Just didn't work out. Yeah.
It didn't work out. I wish he did better in Houston. I really do because he's from Houston. So I really, yeah. He's from
he was
Houston.
from
So,
Yeah. Moving on.
well, I'm pretty sure he's from Houston, right? Yeah.
Probably. We'll fact check that.
Fact checking.
Moving on. So this is coming from Manny Navarro. They asked Dwayne. He asked Dwayne Wade if he might play in China. Quote: "Heat only. If I play the game of basketball this year, it'll be in a Miami uniform. If I don't play, I'll be living in Miami or somewhere else probably. So it looks like it's Miami or retiring for Dwayne Wade. What do y'all think? What do y'all think he should do?
I think he should retire. There's
Retire.
no to me like I heard on the news. I forgot what outlet said or what. I know I read it.
Yeah.
They said he's done. He's done what he can do.
Yeah.
He's got 3 rings.
But-
he did his part.
But based off what y'all saw last season and what he did, like his play, what do y'all
Let's
think?
be honest. What?
Oh, he
why
is
is he
from
going to try to
California.
push it any harder? There's just too many teams better than Miami right now.
So Jeremy Lin's from California.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from LA, I think.
Yeah. No, Torrance, California.
Oh, Torrance. That's near.
Yeah.
It's near LA.
No, not too close, but it's kind of close.
But what do you think about Dwayne Wade? Based
That he
on
should
what you
retire.
saw-
All right, well, come on. We talked about
Based
this
on what
already.
you saw,
He doesn't
from
have
last
any
season?
unfinished business to me.
Right.
He's done everything he could.
But
He's
physically,
did, yes,
Yeah, he's got his
exactly.
rings.
but physical ability wise, like
Nah,
I mean,
yeah.
coming off the bench, that was great. That was great. I think that was like the best of Dwayne Wade we've seen in a long time. But that doesn't mean that he should still keep going. Like, dude, that's it.
do you think he can push it one more
like
season?
like
or
these
no?
what is he 36 or 37?
I'm about to look it up right now.
Because to
Something
me, if a player like him, a player like him, he has the advantage to retire already. He's like, man, I've been an all-star, got 3 rings.
He's 36.
Yeah, so it's like, what else do I got to show? Now, like players that are still playing, like Vince Carter and just veterans that are in their last stretch of their career. Yeah, they might want to join a contender team, try to get that 1 ring before they retire.
Yeah.
Try to give it that extra push. But Dwayne doesn't need that. He's been there, done that. He did it by himself. He did it
He
with
said
LeBron.
Miami or bust. So I mean,
Yeah, so
I'm guessing he's just more on the side of
he's
retirement.
trying to get his shirt retired, dude, his jersey.
Because there was rumors that the Rockets were talking about trading Ryan Anderson to the Heat for James Johnson or
Yeah, I was
Waiters.
hoping that I would get anybody for
So
James
I feel
Johnson,
like if
for
they,
a Ryan.
if that trade went through, then Dwayne Wade's already retired because that just takes their contending pieces right there. Mm-hmm. So
I mean,
that just shows.
Let's
That,
be honest. How contending could they be?
that's true.
maybe.
That's just too many powerhouses, dude.
This is true.
In what? The East?
In the West, dude, they wouldn't even make the East was still too strong.
This is true.
Well, not for them at least.
It's about 3 teams that are strong in the East right now.
I mean, you still gonna have Toronto up there
Toronto,
because
Boston.
Toronto just got rid of their best player for another best player.
Boston.
Boston's still up there.
And like, Boston's going to be a fucking powerhouse, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared. And then like, and that's something we're going to talk about later on, was what's going to happen with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as Dwayne Wade, can he push one more season? Yeah, a lot of players can at that age.
Yeah.
Should he though? No,
I don't
absolutely
think so.
not. Absolutely not.
Fair enough. Okay.
And,
Because
then,
he's played enough.
and then he's married to Gabrielle Union. That woman is
He's a goddess.
she's a goddess, and
got the
you got to spend some
body
time
of
with
a
that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? You got to spend some time with that.
You gotta spend some time with it. Fair enough. Okay. Well, transitioning into what we were talking about with the Rockets. In other Rockets news, let's talk about it. We didn't have much, but one notable thing that we did have is the Rockets signed Rob Gray, University of Houston alum, Rob Gray, to a contract. What was it? It was a
It's for their training camp.
training camp.
Training
Just
camp.
A training camp contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you got a guy like Rob Gray that, I mean, he's a point guard, obviously.
Yeah.
Did pretty good for Houston. Almost beat Michigan on that team. Man, that was such a close
So
game.
close.
Did y'all catch that game?
Yeah, we got it.
In the March Madness?
It was rough.
Man,
It was
so
rough.
I'm so glad they lost.
But we
Michigan.
lost to the champs, though.
Huh?
We lost to the champs, though. So
Who did?
the Cougars lost to the eventual champs, though.
But Villanova won. What do you mean?
We lost to the people that made it.
Made it to the as a contender.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's why I'm glad they lost, because I was like kind of hitting Michigan for a point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Rob Gray, his career stats are. I mean, he's 19-3-4 as the average.
Yeah.
And he averaged 19, 20 points so far.
And he's a good spark. He can be a good spark, scoring spark. So
He's got good handles.
he's
the only
kinda
thing is
he's
that-
undersized a little bit.
If he makes the G League team,
Yeah.
I see him developing.
Yeah.
He needs to work on. I'm not even too sure how good his defense is. Okay, so he has no blocks, one steal a game.
No block.
Yeah, he has like 0.1 blocks. He
Yeah.
doesn't block. He's 6'1".
Okay.
So then again, Chris Paul's 6'3", and
Yeah.
his defense is on point.
God, he doesn't know like 6'3".
He's not 6'3".
Who?
Chris Paul?
Yeah, he's like
Is
6.
he?
Nah,
I thought he's like
man.
6'1".
Chris Paul is not 6'3", dude.
Because isn't he shorter than
Yeah.
Curry? Curry's
Chris
6'3".
Paul, he has to be short.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, Chris Paul is like he's 6 foot even. Chris Paul 6
Yeah,
foot.
okay,
even.
there you go. Yeah, that makes sense.
Steph Curry 6'3".
Yeah, bro, I'm down there at the same. I'm like an inch shorter than Chris Paul.
That's crazy.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. So we'll see how Rob Gray pans out. Hoping for the best. The U of H go Cougs. Moving on. Did y'all catch that Texans preseason game?
I caught a little bit of it. Seen some of the newer quarterbacks play. Well, not newer, but
Backup quarterback.
Yeah,
I was
backup
actually
quarterbacks.
at that Astros game that we lost that day on Thursday.
This is all your fault.
So, and then that was the day of the game.
Yeah.
But I watched a little bit of the highlights. They did
Yeah,
pretty good.
They did pretty good. I watched a little bit of the game. I watched some of I caught the back end of it, like the third and fourth quarter. Then I watched the highlights. My analysis from it was our O-line. I had no expectations of it because I just thought it was going to be dog shit like it was.
I mean, but like these are like newer
New people,
players, so
but
it's
they're,
like,
most of them are rookies and most of them are like other people's leftovers and stuff that we're just trying to patchwork, kind of put together.
right.
It was actually kind of serviceable. Still not good by any means, but still kind of serviceable.
Our offense is better.
Offense is kind of better, but like I said, it was serviceable. Jordan Akins will have a roster spot. That's almost a given. The dude had 2 touchdowns. He was a tight end.
Yeah, that's
He's
the thing.
coming for Ryan Griffin's spot. Tyler Irvin is pretty much gone. He was a backup running back / return game person. So that spot is Braxton Miller's to lose. We had some competent backup QBs. We had Joe Webb. We had Brandon Whedon, who
There
threw
you
those
go.
2 touchdowns.
Yep.
We had who's that other guy? I forgot what the other guy's name was. Yeah. So if Deshaun, God forbid, does go down, I mean, we have good hands rather than having Tom Savage, statue Tom Savage, stand there and just get sacked a bajillion times. Another guy that caught my eye was Duke Ejiofor. He was a linebacker back there. Was he a linebacker? Hold on. I forget.
Yeah. I am definitely excited about this football season. I really can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope.
This season seems to
Yeah.
look different because I wasn't. As soon as Deshaun went down, I guess it feels like a long time because
Yeah.
as soon as he went down, I kind of lost interest in the. I was
Football.
like, man,
Yeah.
with Deshaun down, with JJ down,
Yeah.
Whitney Merciless down, like I was
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, dude. It feels like
I was like,
football
what's
has
the
been
point
away
of
for a
watching?
long
Yeah.
We're about to catch
time.
all else.
Yeah, I know.
Been away for a long
But
time.
yeah, Duke Ejiofor was an outside linebacker. He was getting all kinds of hits on Pat Mahomes, their quarterback, who they passed up on Deshaun Watson for. So he was getting all kinds of hits on them, roughing him up. So he's a guy that we need to look forward to. The secondary still leaves a lot to be desired. But I mean, like I said, a lot of people didn't play. Tyrann Mathieu didn't play. J.J. Watt didn't play. Whitney Merciless or Jadeveon Clowney didn't play. So that puts a lot of pressure on them. So we'll see as the preseason and the season starts. Looking forward to Texans football, man. Now, moving on around the league, we had some stuff going on. So we had a lot of rookie quarterbacks this season. So I'm just going to talk about some of the grades. SB Nation had like a report card for most of the QBs that went. Here's Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield. They said Mayfield had a flashy debut, going 11 for 20 for 212 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also had 13 yards on the ground. The former Sooners stud connected with David Njoku for a touchdown. It was a solid performance for Mayfield, who has been impressing the Browns coaching staff. So he got an A-.
9-7, guys. I'm telling you, 9-7.
So Bills QB Josh Allen. Allen had the least impressive performance of the Bills' 3 quarterbacks. He went 9 for 19 for 116 yards and a touchdown and added 29 rushing yards. His receivers didn't help him, but as they had a few drops. That's to be expected when you're running with the third-team offense. He's expected to sit back and watch from the bench to start the year, but will look to improve throughout the season. He got a C. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. This was Jackson's second game since the Ravens played in the Hall of Fame game. He didn't do too much of note in the passing game, going 7 for 18 for 119 yards. His ability on the ground is one of the one thing that the Ravens particularly like about him, and he showed his skills there with 21 rushing yards and a nice march into the end zone. So he got a B-. And then we got Steelers Mason Rudolph, who went 7 for 12 for 101, which was decent. He got a B-. We had Kyle Lualeta from the Giants. He went 9 for 48. He went 6 of 9 for 48, which was pretty unremarkable. He got a C. Then Titans QB Luke Falk, he got a C. And we went 10 for 19 for 105 and a touchdown. And then everybody else is pretty low-lying. So those are your pretty top contending quarterbacks. Another stud that was out there, the guy on the Jets, Sam Darnold. He actually did pretty good. He went 9 for something, but he had an arm on him. He looked pretty good. That was yesterday's game or something. And the Jets are looking pretty nice, man. The Jets used to be like the laughing stock of everybody, but they're looking pretty good. So we'll be following the preseason as it goes by, and we'll be looking forward to it. Now, as most teams, hate these things happening, injuries do happen in the preseason, and one team in particular is really hating this, and that's the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins lost their running back Darius Geis to a torn ACL, and they lost their second-year wide receiver Robert Davis,
basically career
with they lost him to practice on Saturday after he got tangled up with cornerback Danny Johnson during practice. They both went to the ground. Johnson got up. Davis didn't. He had tried to limp back to the huddle, but he went back to the ground. He had a broken leg and a torn LCL. He'll undergo surgery in Dallas. So, yeah, man, protect the knees, protect the bodies, try to survive until week 1. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy out there, man. Moving on. We'll watch the NFL and see how it goes. Are y'all doing fantasy this season?
Hell yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm probably going to ask one of y'all a favor. On the 18th, you already know what I got to do. So, but my draft takes place on the 18th, so I'm going to need one of y'all to draft a team for me. Okay. Of course, I'll pay you whatever winnings I get. Not all of it, of course. Okay. Like 10%.
Okay.
10%. I'm going to choose one of y'all. I don't know.
I bet. Okay. Moving on. Let's go to the Astros. The drill, man.
Woo!
Okay, so the Astros dropped another one. 3-2, I think it was.
Astros are fucking trash, man. That's all I got to
they've
say.
been losing.
No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
They're not trash.
Wow.
But they've been on a bit of a losing streak. They haven't won a home game since July 14th.
You want to know a fun fact?
They haven't won a single
No.
home game
You
that
want to know a fun
wanted
fact
to?
about myself going to Astros games?
Yeah.
Okay, is it a fact that I'm gonna have fun with?
Probably
So
not.
it's not a fun fact.
I have not physically seen one Astros win ever in home. I swear.
So maybe the problem is you.
I swear. And I haven't gone like consecutively. It was in big increment gaps, and I've not seen it. I've gone like 8 times maybe.
Yeah.
You know what? No lie, that same thing happened to me. Only been like to 2 Astro games in my life.
And they both lost.
They both lost, and it's against the same fucking team, Kentucky.
I've gone to all wins. Kentucky.
Kentucky has a team.
Kansas?
Oh, Kansas. I'm sorry.
Kansas City Royals.
Boy, said
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Kentucky Wildcats.
Nah, man. That's a
I'm
college
kidding.
team.
It's a joke. You joke.
No, but yeah, you might be the problem, Sean.
Yeah, I
but
think I am.
yeah, they have a 7-game home losing streak, and that's the longest since 2013. And that season was
throw in
when
the
the
towel,
team
bro.
lost 111 games.
You also have to give the fact that Altuve's out,
Yeah.
Correa was out, Springer's out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go to. The injury list, we've got
Verlander. Did you see that game that Verlander messed up?
Yeah, he got.
That's
he
the
got
game I was there.
He got ejected in the second inning.
Dude, I was like, Verlander, you've been
Yeah.
getting too much.
Yeah, he's been going through a rough
You know
patch.
what I
So
mean.
we got Jake Marisnik on the 10-day DL. We've got Lance McCullers on the disabled list.
Marisnik's been solid, bro. Defense wise.
Yeah, I know. He went out at a bad time. Brian McCann is out with a knee injury.
Yeah,
Jose
that's
Altuve is out. That's something that's actually kind of scary. At first, they tried to downplay the Jose Altuve injury, but now they're trying to talk about it like it's kind of more serious than it actually is.
What was his injury?
It's a knee injury. They're not specifying.
He'll
what
be
it
all
is.
right.
But like it's been a
baseball.
while. It's been a while. They put him on there like a while back. So who knows, man? So we'll see.
When's-
be all right, man.
we're barely in August, dude. When's postseason? Postseason's come October.
October.
He'll be all right.
All right. Well, I hope so, man. Cause
Dude, it's not like he
Dang,
tore
so
anything.
much negativity around
No,
here.
'cause look at the-
so much
no,
negativity.
you got
Jesus
guys- you
Christ.
got-
Because look at the
Just like, hey, man, you know what? Just like, you know what?
because
Nah, he be all right.
Because look at
They're coming.
Look at the standings. The Athletics are 69 and 48 right now. We're 73 and 45. They're creeping up on us right now. For the
We're
top
still
of the
gonna get these
AL
boys
West.
in a wild card, bro.
All right, man. I'm just
Red
saying.
Sox is
Jesus
pretty good
Christ, dude.
I'm just saying they're coming up on us.
Can you just not be a wet blanket? Like,
Because I
can you
Can
just
you not
not?
rain on this parade real quick?
Can you just not be ants at a picnic?
anti what?
Ants at a picnic.
Ants at a picnic, man.
I thought he said anti-dependent. I was like, what does that?
Don't know what that means.
That
Anti-dependent.
like conflicts
You
with
like
each other.
independent? Like, all right. So
Anti-dependent.
here's the standings in the American League. The AL East is the Red Sox are number 1 at 84 and 35. The Yankees are 73 and 43. The AL Central, we have Indians at 65 and 51. The Twins at 54 and 62. Then the AL West, we have the Astros at 73 and 45. The Athletics at 69 and 48.
Goddamn Moneyball.
So the Mariners are trying to get in there because they only take the top 2 of each, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Then the National League, we've got the Phillies and the Braves in the NL East. We've got the Cubs and the Brewers in the NL Central. We've got the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks in the NL West. And, yeah, that about rounds it out. So we'll be looking forward to baseball playoffs coming in October. Without further ado, let's move on to UFC stuff. We were about to start UFC 227 last episode. So let's talk about the results. We had Poliana Viana versus JJ Aldrich. JJ Aldrich actually owned that fight. She just kept hitting her with that 1-2 and just kept jabbing her. Poliana Viana was not a striker at all. She wanted to keep grappling, but JJ Aldrich just kept hitting her and tagging her up, and that's how she won.
Yeah, I mean that's how you defeat a striker.
Yep.
Don't let him in. Just don't let him in. Just keep him at bay.
Now, the next fight, Cub Swanson versus Renato Moicano. Cub Swanson is an OG fighter. Like, this dude's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's like a well-known striker. He just got tagged up with a jab, like right in the forehead, and just got pieced up, dropped him real quick, and then just submitted him with a choke. And it was in round one with in 45 seconds into round one, just choked him out. I was surprised. I did not think he'd go that fast, but he did. Then the next fight went 5 rounds all the way to a decision. Demetrius Johnson, who is the longest flyweight champion, got defeated by Henry Cejudo. That was actually a good fight. So in the first round, Demetrius Johnson hit him with a leg kick, and Henry Cejudo's ankle actually like twisted in the ring, and it looked like he was like falling. Like his ankle actually like turned, like twice, like multiple times. And I was like, oh man, his ankle's gone. Like I thought the fight was over before it even started, but no, he like regained composure and he like took the fight from him, and he won, and it was crazy. So Henry Cejudo finally won the championship. Now he's the new flyweight champion. Then the main event, TJ Dillashaw won again with the KO. Same thing, same way. Cody Garbrandt just didn't learn. He kept going for the haymaker and dropped his left hand, and he got clipped. Dropped him again 50 seconds into the first round. So TJ Dillashaw wins by KO to retain the bantamweight championship. So that's all for UFC 227. Now, let's go into this next story. There's some stuff going on around the world. So, yesterday, or the day before, I believe it was.
The day before yesterday.
A tarmac worker at a Seattle airport hijacked a plane, and he took it for a joyride. And he was flying, and
what kind of plane?
It looked like one of these.
It was a pretty big plane.
It was a big plane, and it had propellers though. It was a pretty big Airbus kind of plane.
Like a cargo plane.
Yeah, kind of like a cargo plane.
Oh dang!
Yeah, and he was flying it around.
You guys playing Grand Theft Auto 5 or something?
Yes, but he was flying it around, but they maintained contact with him, and he actually had like a bunch of he was really sad and depressed, and he kind of wanted to have like a final big like hurrah before he died, and they actually like recorded some of the audio, and if you just listen to this guy, he's actually, there's some funny moments in like the audio. Like this dude does a barrel roll with the plane.
Oh shit!
And like he said, all the stuff he learned to fly the plane was in video games.
Right.
So like I'm gonna let you listen to some of the audio.
I got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this. I would like to apologize to each and every one of them. Just a broken guy, got a few screws loose, I guess. Never really knew it until now. I'm down to 2,100. I started like 30-something.
Rich, you said you had 2,100 pounds of fuel left?
Yeah, I don't know what the burnout is like on takeoff, but yeah, it burned quite a bit faster than I expected.
Okay. There is the runway just off your right side in about a mile. Do you see that? That's McCord Field.
Oh man, those guys would rough me up if I tried landing there. I think I might mess something up there too. I wouldn't want to do that. Hopefully, they probably got anti-aircraft.
No, they don't have any of that stuff. We're just trying to find a place for you to land safely.
Yeah, not quite ready to bring it down just yet, but holy smokes, I gotta stop looking at the fuel because it's going down quick.
Okay, Rich, if you could you start a left-hand turn, and we'll take you down to the southeast, please.
Jesus Christ.
This is probably like jail time for life, huh? I would hope it is for a guy like me.
And right now he's just flying around, and he just needs some help controlling his aircraft.
Very good. Nah, I don't need that much help. I played some video games before. I would like to figure out how to get this cabin altitude. Like I know where the box is. I would like to get some make it pressurized or something, so I'm not so lightheaded.
Anyway.
Minimum wage. We'll chalk it up to that. Maybe that'll grease the gears a little bit with the higher up. Maybe yeah. Damn it, Andrew! People's lives are at stake here.
Rich, don't say stuff like that.
No, I told you I don't want to hear no one. I just want you to whisper sweet nothings into my ear. Hey, you think if I land this successfully, Labs will give me a job as a pilot?
I think they would give you a job doing anything if you could pull this off.
Yeah, right. Nah, I'm a white guy.
If you wanted to land, probably the best bet is that runway just ahead and to your left. Again, that's McCord Field. If you wanted to try, that might be the best way to set up and see if you can land there. Or just like the pilot suggests, another option would be over Puget Sound into the water.
Dang, did you talk to McCord yet? Because I don't think I'd be happy with you telling me I could land like that, because I could mess some stuff up.
Well, Rich, I already talked to him, and just like me, what we want to see is you not get hurt or anybody else get hurt. So like I said, if you want to try to land, that's probably the best place to go.
Hey, I want the coordinates of that orca with the, the mama orca with the baby. I want to go see that guy.
On the ground.
All right. Damn it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to. I was kind of hoping that was going to be it, I'm going to land it. In a safe kind of manner. I think I'm going to try to do a barrel roll. And if that goes good, now I'm just going to nose down and call it a night.
Well, Rich, before you do that, let's think about this. I got another pilot coming up, Pilot Joel, here in just a minute or two, I hope. And we'll be able to give you some advice on what to do next. Just flying the plane around, you seem comfortable with that?
Oh, hell yeah, it's a blast, man. I played video games before, so I know what I'm doing a little bit.
Okay, and you can see all the terrain around you. You've got no issue with visibility or anything?
Nah, everything's peachy clean. Just did a little circle around Rainier. It's beautiful. I think I got some gas to go check out the Olympics. And, yeah. Up and get it to go. In a couple hours, I guess. But, yeah, I wouldn't know how to land it. I wasn't really planning on landing it.
That was
That's it,
him,
man.
dude.
That was him the whole time. See, the fact that he still had like a bright kind of like funny like light attitude about the whole ordeal. Like this dude's about to like off himself. Like that was the whole motive behind the whole thing.
And why would he try to land the plane? Why didn't
He wasn't trying to land the plane.
That's what I'm saying.
He
So
wasn't.
why?
So
Just dive, boom, right into the river.
yeah,
boom,
but he was
dead.
just trying to. So he delayed so many flights. He delayed like a bunch. They had to they called off two F-15 fighter jets to like escort him. And there's actual videos of him doing the barrel roll. So he's like flying, and then he circles it up, and he brings it all the way down. And when he's coming back, he's so close to the ground, like he just skims the lake, and he comes right back around. And they said I guess he tried to do it again, and he crashed into like an island. But this dude, he worked on the tarmac. He was like he drove those little trolleys you see at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And he just, had enough.
I thought he was a pilot, though.
No, he wasn't a pilot.
So he knew how to do that?
He said everything he knew, he learned from video games, man. That's what he said in the video.
Yeah, I
Everything
know.
he learned from video games. So one day he was just like, you know what, F this, I'm just going to get on the jet. I'm going to do my own
Say,
thing.
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go out cool. Fuck this.
Yeah, man. But, sometimes, some people find their boiling points and they just go. So, I mean, it's kind of sad what happened, but, he went on his own terms. So it's kind of admirable. That's why I kind of let the whole audio ride, because rather than, people being like, oh, it's just another dude that's just winning off himself, I wanted people to hear, like, he went on his own terms, he had fun with it. He got to see the world from the sky, stuff like that. So that was just what was in the news. I just wanted y'all to hear. His name was Richard. Let me look up his name. Seattle Pilot's name.
Yep. You could have been a lot quicker about it, but whatever.
He had to make a scene. Had to go on Blaze of Glory, man.
Wasting a lot of people's time.
Richard Russell was his name. So yeah, I'm sure y'all can Google that and read about it.
Well, you don't have to know because the whole video got shown on the podcast.
The audio. You can watch the video.
Audio. I'm sorry.
The video's all out there. Dude doing the barrel roll and everything.
Yeah, I seen the whole
You saw the barrel roll? Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no
crazy.
shit.
It's pretty crazy.
So there's a video.
There's a video. Yeah. Another thing. Go out and watch Black Klansman. I saw that I think I saw it on Friday.
Right.
So good, so funny. The end kind of gets kind of heavy, but it's a Spike Lee film. Of course, it gets heavy at the end, but it's really funny. Has Denzel Washington's son. Yeah, he does really good.
Is that him?
That's him.
I don't know why I thought that was the dude from Saturday Night Live.
No, that's Denzel Washington's son.
Yeah, off of not Power, Ballers.
Yeah, he actually held his own. It got it has Adam Driver in it too.
The guy from Star Wars plays Kylo Ren.
So
and Topher Grace from that 70s show. I'm glad I haven't seen him in a long time.
He's actually really funny in the movie too. So it's a good movie. Watch it. That's all I got. Do y'all got anything else? California fires are still going on.
Yeah, it's still going on right now.
It's pretty
crazy,
crazy out there. Yeah.
They say, they say they even have inmates working out there from the actual prisons around there
to help with
trying to help volunteer.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I know they sent some. My friend said they sent some firefighters from Houston.
Yeah, I'm sure
that
they
way.
need to, man. There's so many acres and acres and acres of property just going up in flames, man. Like, and you can't stop it either because it's so hot and so dry out there.
I mean, the best you can do is drop the planes, the water through the planes.
Yeah, but that can only do so much.
because it's
I'm
not
pretty
raining.
sure
It doesn't rain over there, right?
Nope.
Yeah, but they've been doing that.
And then the wind too. The wind will just carry it. It's crazy.
It's crazy how everybody's like, oh, California has the best weather, but y'all don't get
no rain.
It doesn't rain. My brother told me when he was in San Diego
Yeah.
for 2 years, he said it rained like 3 times.
It's crazy.
I was
man.
like, dude, it rained. And we complain about the rain, but see, when there's no rain, that's what happens.
I remember I saw a picture of some dude.
It's a drought.
Instead of like putting in new grass, he would just spray paint his dead grass green. His front yard, he would just spray paint it like green because he was tired of replacing his grass because it would always die. And instead of buying the pallets,
don't these houses have sprinkler systems?
yeah, but that can only do so much because it's just so obscene amounts of heat.
Yeah, because California's been on a water shortage.
Yeah, they're on a water storage, so
Forever.
they cut you down. They don't let you just waste water like that.
They're on a water shortage?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't understand that either because especially like the cities like by the beach, how the fuck you on a water shortage?
Water
Water's
restriction.
right there.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you can filter it through there.
I don't know, man.
Because we waste water like crazy
Yeah, I
over here.
know.
Oh, yeah.
Who got water like this?
what I'm
It's
saying?
just start
Shit.
pouring
Because, I
water.
mean, there's always sprinkler systems going off left and right. And,
Yeah.
But then again, it helps the fact that it rains here a lot.
Yeah. Well, Astros and Mariners head to extra innings, tied at 3. Finally, we'll see if we actually win one at home. Shoot, just want to hurry up and get this series
okay.
over with.
Jesus, all that doubt in his voice.
Well, that's all I got. Y'all got anything else?
No, we're good, man.
Nah, bro.
All right. Well, this has been episode 19.2. Hopefully,
Yeah, don't worry, guys. We'll save it this time.
We'll have episode 24, y'all. I promise. Next time, I promise.
Fucking asshole.
Once again, this is Justin.
My name is Sean.
Shut up. This is Sham Wow from Houston Sports Podcast signing out.
All right, bye.
Bye. No.